Again, we're going to start this all over with, this is usually my food table, but this is all that I have left is this canister of table salt. Everything else is washing detergent and fabric softener. So that's my food. That's all I have left. Um, a question, because I don't have anyone to talk to. And during the weekend, none of the Muslims who have my telephone numbers, the Somalis, a little grouping of Somalis on the Yasin, others, people who have my number, nobody called me. Um, no one, not one, no one called me to see how I was doing or if I needed anything. Nobody, absolutely nobody. So there's this thing about guilt tripping where I was told you have to make istighfar. And I saw other Muslims, pseudo hijabi Muslims wearing a hijab, but they were wearing tight and they were they were wearing Western clothes, coming through as tourists, wealthy, affluent tourists, mostly of Indian ancestry, Pakistani or Malaysian or Singapore Malayo ancestry, and all. I don't want to be delusional. Like, it's like the circumstances far better than I am, younger than I am in some cases, but being supported by their families and everything. It's like a mockery of my very existence. Not, I'm saying delusionally that they are mocking. No, but their good lifestyle is like a mockery of my very life in existence, and it feels horrible. Yeah, it actually feels horrible. So you see that, and then I am told that, oh, your life is so bad, you are in sin. You have sinned, like the Christian minister was saying, you have sinned terribly and something very shameful before God. You have done, meaning Franklin might have been fed by those which I suspected who were government linked, who were staunch Christians who dislike Islam, who fed them information about what happened in Singapore. So anyhow, long story short, um, the question I was posing before the video cut off was, how long would it take an attorney to read an email? Should it take an email already received? Should it take 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks? And I said, how about in my case, it took 2 months because there were emails sent to me when I came here to Iceland on March 7th. A week or two later, I started sending emails to attorneys in the U.S. to gather the paperwork needed for migration. And my, then hours went by with no response. Days went by, no response. Weeks went by. I'm talking about excess of 2 and 3 weeks. So then my mother started calling them, and then these particular attorneys and legal professionals started sounding perturbed about the call and that they would get back to me. And even then, they took a lot of time, and they took their time in thinking up, or possibly, because this is a supposition, I can't. It's quite possible they took their time to think up a response or to coordinate a response. So I found out in a recent article when Trump recently in National Prayer, they had an invitation of Christian ministers, which is a very good thing. And he did something no other president has done. He did something President Obama never did with the Christian ministers, because America is founded on Christian beliefs and structure. He took them all around the White House, even to areas where people are not allowed to go. He took them, the Christian ministers, that he had so much faith and confidence in them. He took them around, even up to the second level, where his private chambers are, in the Lincoln bedroom, all that stuff, where presidents usually don't bring anybody. Heads of state, they don't bring anybody. He brought these good ministers there. And one minister who's from my part of California, where I reside, was shocked to find out that so many prominent, high-ranking, influential people, and he's including the people of the Intel world, Department of State, all that, were charismatic Christians who meet weekly for Bible study. So my case would have a resonance. It has some kind of vibration and resonance in it, but we don't know about this yet. It has a lot of sexual resonance, religious resonance. There's a lot of stuff involved with my case, but what they did was they kept me delusioned, or I wouldn't say delusioned, distracted with a lot of poverty, and then have Muslims coordinating with them to continue the distraction. The distraction will go on no longer. I have made the decision that I'm going to do what I have to do. So, and they also have attorneys. I can hear raining. Yeah, it's raining. When this is a day where I really want to accomplish something, it's raining. So I don't have a vehicle, so I can't accomplish much. The only thing I could possibly do is go to a place called BMI, which is a bus station, which would be open and sit there and wait there until the library opens. That's the only thing I could do. You know, I could start to fast today